My name is Kirsten, and I also want to thank Tulku Yeshe, our Rinpoche, for providing this amazing practice that I'm sure it'll take the rest of my life and many lifetimes to come to appreciate the profound nature of this practice. But I want to talk about my personal experience with Chod. Unlike Dave, I was not initially drawn to Chod, actually. I had just come out of a retreat for POA when I received a text message from our Rinpoche that I was to come to Chod practice. And I said, I think you have the wrong person. And he said, no, Chod practice. And I was a little overwhelmed because the retreat I had just done had doubled my daily practice, and I wasn't really ready to take on more. But I just couldn't say no. So I came to the first practice, and he asked us to do the practice weekly. And in my heart, I dedicated myself to doing it every other week because I just knew I couldn't take it all on at once. And so I've been doing it, it'll be 2 years in November, but I am just now starting to really connect to this practice. And sometimes I think about Milarepa and how Marpa couldn't teach him anything until he had burned off a lot of karma. You talk about obscurations, and I think that's how it was for me. I had to overcome a lot of obscurations to be able to connect with this practice. And about a couple months ago, I started reading this book called Feeding Your Demons by Sultra Malione. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. But she talks about how a demon is just anything on your path that obscures your enlightenment, and she kind of took it from this two-dimensional way of thinking of it and made it like this profound daily understanding that demons, when fed, like through the practice of Chod, transmute and become your blessings. And there's a line in the passage of Chod that's like, help me to see negativities as helpers, help me to bring obstacles onto the path. And as Westerners, that is so difficult to be like, yeah, well, obstacles in my path, awesome. But really, it's what breaks you open, and it helps you see yourself clearly and to, move into a different place in yourself and how you see others in your life and your commitment to the Dharma. And the one thing I wanted to read from the book that really struck me and frightened me, but also I just found profound, was Machen Labdrung's teacher was Padampa Sanjay. And he gave her when she saw the suffering in the world and was so bereft and what do I do, he gave her 5 things to move towards her own enlightenment. And the first was to confess your hidden faults. The second was to approach what you find repulsive. The third was to help those you think you cannot help or those you don't want to help. The fourth was anything you're attached to, give that or let it go. And the fifth was go to the places that scare you. And I don't know how many lifetimes it's going to take for me to do this, but I'm going to try in honor of Machen Labdrung and our Rinpoche. And I'm just so grateful to have found you and this monastery and this practice. Thank you so much.